back to the Stock Scoop, ladies and gentlemen, home of the baby knockout, where our baby knockouts knock out the stock market competition. Thank you once again for joining me. Are you having a wonderful, wonderful new year? I hope so. You and your family, and you're enjoying the early part of the year when stocks do, the volume comes back and stocks do what they're supposed to do after all that volatility during the holiday season when they were up and down. But we did have one stock that we thought was unfairly sold, and we'll take a look at it here in a second. It's in our bread and butter area, in uranium area, ladies and gentlemen. But first, as you know, the scoop is for your education, your entertainment, and your information only. I'm not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. I'm an author. I'm a researcher. I put it in black and white so you have it for days, weeks, months, and years to come. You can look at it and say, Mickey D was right here, Mickey D was wrong there. Mickey D was right here, he was wrong there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing very, very, very well. Congratulations to all of you on a wonderful 2025 as we carry it over to 2026, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are you hit it out of the ballpark with many of your gold and silver baby knockouts, your rare earth baby knockouts, up and down, up and down, up and down. No, it's not a fad or it's not a joke or anything. We do need these critical minerals and these rare earth things that have been cut off from China. China said no mas, including silver. You know, they've said no mas. So you're going to see a lot of volatility in these prices, and we're going to be left to our own. We're going to have to dig our own, process our own, and do what we have to do. That's what's going to happen here. We believe in America, and we've been positioning just for this, especially with our uranium stocks. We've been positioned for this for years now. How to invest in uranium now? You guys remember this was banned in Germany. Banned in Germany, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that book, you can go on Amazon.com. You can go anywhere and get it. Yeah, they're doing a little gouging here, but this is capitalism. And if you buy a book for, you know, 10, 15, $20, and you've made a lot of money and you want to share it with someone else, then go ahead and sell it for what you think it's worth. Some people sell it for $40 and $50 on eBay. Do what you want to do. This is capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. But this particular stock, and we love it. We love it. Right now, it's been beat down, and it's really, really, well, during Christmas, during the holiday season, during the beginning of the year, when it was kind of beat down a little bit. Not show you that price. I'm not. It's up higher now, but when it was beat down, put the word out to my subscribers, and you can become a subscriber also. You can get the Baby Knockout newsletter, and you can get all the updates, and we'll let you know that this particular stock was beat down, and we thought it was beat down unfairly and it was beat down too much. So we said, well, you know, you consider it. You get together with your money manager, and you guys consider what you want to do with this stock. But without further ado, we're gonna take a look at the stock. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, congratulations to all of you for a 2025 that was just off the chain. You know, we did exceptionally well. All those stocks. You know, if you want to take some off the table, you can. You know, if you're just waiting for a little pullback and then you're going to head back up and we're going to dip-de-do, dip-de-do, dip-de-day with a lot of these stocks, then that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But you're in the driver's seat right now, and let's take a look at one of our favorite friend of the scoop, one of our favorite CEOs and his company. Hey, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm talking about George Glacier over at Western Uranium and Vanadium. This is a website, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. You can do your own homework on this one. You can go to the website, take a look at some of the news stories. Of course, they made some recent announcements here. Normal course issue bid. They're going to be buying shares probably at these cheap prices. You would think, I'd hope they'd be buying some shares, just like we might be buying some shares at the lower prices as I put out around the holiday season. They've also they've bought some claims. They're busy. George is a hands-on guy here, and he gets the job done, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I really like about them is their Sunday Mine Complex, which is it's got like a group of five different little five little. They're not little. Five different mines together, and they're in the process right now of working with. They have an agreement. They're working with Energy Fuels, right? And what they're doing is uh, Energy Fuels. They're working with their mill, the White Mesa Mill. It's about 70, 80 miles away or so from the Sunday Mine, where the White Mesa Mill is that far away, and like Highway 141 to 491 to 191, the highway. It's on the highway. They could track stuff as you go out of the of the area. You track stuff, and they've got loads already. I just want to give you an idea of the amount of money. They've got like a 25,000 ton agreement with the White Mesa Mill for this year. And they started like they've been sending ore over since like June or so of 2025. So they'll be getting some payments on that and everything. And, in uranium is kind of confidential. I can give you an idea though, because if you're looking at them getting credit, for their vanadium, and they're also the uranium is the big thing, right? Let's just give an example. I'm just talking to you, just you and I, and the goalpost, as one of my teachers, my favorite teacher, would say. There, uh, uranium at $90 a pound, vanadium at $68 a pound. You're looking at that 25,000. Now we're looking at per ton. We're looking at about 315 to $380 a ton of uranium, and vanadium is 20 to $40 a ton of uranium or vanadium. So you're looking basically at $335 to $420 per ton. Now this is with a $90 uranium price, ladies and gentlemen, when a $6 to $8 vanadium price. So with that 25,000 tons, we're doing simple math. We're doing 335 to 420. We're doing 8.4 million to 10.5 million dollars here. So we're not talking about a lot of money, but do they need a lot of money? Does Western Uranium and Vanadium need a lot of money? They don't, ladies and gentlemen, because George is using those finances to basically get his stuff together. He's doing he's doing it all. This is George Glacier. He's gonna do it all. The guy knows his. I've made money with him before, and I know what he's capable of. And he'll take this 34-cent stock right now, 34 cents, and of course he'll do something with it. Trading below the key moving averages right now, Western Uranium and Vanadium, ladies and gentlemen, trading sideways. This is what it was doing. This is what it was doing. It's considerably higher now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I hope you understood a little bit of that sample there. It was based on 70 to 80% of the spot price. That's why I was using $90. We're looking out, some months, and I was trying to give you an example of the 8.5 to $10.5 million that Western Uranium and Vanadium over the next year, just based on processing, their uranium as 70-80% of White Mesa. It's a generally kind of a normal type agreement when you're toll milling uranium. But we'll see. There'll be a lot more companies that are going to jump on board and want to do what Western Uranium and Vanadium is doing. But mind you, George Glacier, I believe Western Uranium and Vanadium, he just because he was the CEO of Energy Fuels a while back, it may give him the upper leg, or so he may know some people. You never know. A few years ago, there was some problems. But I think everybody's on the same page now, and they know what America needs, and they know what the West needs. So that those everything is cool now. Everything is cool. I believe they're going to do exceptionally well. I think his little company right now will be a big company in due time. We'll see. Once again, that's one of actually one of 10 of the best uranium companies to invest in today. Western Uranium and Vanadium, this little book right here that you can get on Amazon, you can go to your local bookstore, you can go anywhere you want to go and order it. That is one of 10 uranium stocks in that book right now. That book's going to be legendary, just like the book on junior silver mining stocks ready to explode, possible 1,000% gains. Don't let them shake you out of these trades, ladies and gentlemen. These stocks are going much higher. But, Wall Street wants your cheap shares. So if you put them out there, they're going to be bought. Wait until they go up, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of us have thousands and thousands of these shares and of these companies. And believe me, they're going much higher. This is only one of a few companies in in that can go through with the whole process. And George is only one of a few people. The OGs are dying out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put it like it is. The brains in this business are dying out, and that's what's going on right now with uranium, with our bread and butter. Look at me, Gray. Us guys that traded the great uranium bull market back in the day, there's not, there's very few of us still left. And talk to see if anybody else was trading. These guys have come along in the last 3 and 4 and 5 years. These YouTube guys that have done a lot of research and they've done great jobs. But when we were grinding back in the day, they weren't grinding with us, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Rick Rule and some of the others have done a really, really outstanding job. But when they were around and it was us and a few more people in these rooms they were talking about resources, and there wasn't a lot of people there. Now of course it's a social event when you go to some of these functions, but it wasn't back in the day. So I'm telling you, people like George Glazier, these and some of these CEOs that have been around for a while, they need to be tapped on the back until they're doing a fantastic job. And wait until you see what George does with this little company. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. I'm an author. I'm a researcher. I put it in black and white so you have it for days, weeks, and months and years to come. I'll sign it for you whenever I see you. Love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're looking for strength, energy, you're looking for decision making, look up, because that's where the answer is. God bless you and your family. Take care.